Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we are here with another Housewives review. We are going over season 5, episode 18 of the Real Housewives of Potomac. But before we do that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, to turn that notification bell on if you want to be notified every time I post a new video. So the episode starts with Miss Karen Huger. Mrs. Huger getting a visitor, and it's her hairstylist who is her business partner. And when I tell y'all, the really like saved Karen's stake on the show with the change in wigs from season 1 to 3 to 4 and 5. Oh my God, Karen did like a complete 180, and we are so happy for her with that. And I'm proud of her for like doing her thing in the beauty industry and also just using this Housewives platform to elevate herself, and rather than just like poop on everybody else's. So she talks about the wig shift party, what's coming up, and wanted the ladies to be there and support. They're all during their like confessionals or whatever. You can tell the ones who are like most financially dependent always have the most to say.
When I tell you, Karen had me weak when she talking about winning the wig from the bedroom and goes away like the pool on the house. It's like, girl, oh my God.
So Ashley meets up with Monique, and of course she brings baby Dean. Ashley is showing signs that like she gonna bring Dean everywhere, and Dean gonna be a little too grown for himself because he gonna always be around people that he shouldn't be, because Ashley's always bringing him everywhere she goes. Like, I mean, like, I get it, but, like, at the same time, she brings him, like, everywhere. Like, I'm pretty sure if she could have brought him to Portugal, she would have brought Dean to Portugal. So, apparently, Ashley couldn't come to Chase's birthday party because her and Michael are still having issues. And I'm just like, what is going on here? Because with them, they try to make it seem like they are doing better and doing good. And then they're just like, oh no, we're having problems and blah, blah, blah. So I'm just like, what's really the tea? Because are y'all doing good or are y'all not? But I mean, I really do not see Michael and Ashley lasting more than 10 years. So like, I hope they prove me wrong, but I just don't see them going further than 10 years. I don't. Okay, however, Mrs. Huger did attend the birthday party event, and Monique mentioned how they had a couple glasses of champagne, and Ashley was like, that's crazy because she wouldn't drink with them at all in Portugal. And I'm just like, if we being honest, do you blame Karen? These ladies have been wanting Karen to get so drunk that they can get whatever type of information that they want out of her, just so they can throw it back in her face whenever they need to. With me, I'll never drink with these women that's so judgmental in those shattered glass houses of theirs. So Ashley brings up the wig shift party, and Monique tells her how Karen has been asking her all weekend to come. And Ashley was like, well, when we were in Portugal, she had told everybody about it, and somebody asked, were you coming? And Karen had told us that you weren't invited. And Monique is like, what? That's crazy, because she'd been asking me about it since she'd been planning the event. So how could she be like, she not invited? Monique is like, she didn't really want to come because she didn't want to be around the other women. And Ashley is like, so why is she trying to say to everybody that she's not invited? So Ashley decides to be messy and call Karen up. Ashley is hanging out with Giselle a little bit too much because she is starting to become just like her. But I mean, I can get where Ashley is coming from right here, because just like, okay, you did flat out lie, and now I want to know, like, is she coming? Is she not coming? What's going on? I can understand both Monique and Karen's point of view right here. Okay, because for one, Monique knows that these ladies are out to get her by any means. And considering that the case is still ongoing, why add more to it? And two, Karen knew that they wouldn't have come if she told them that she had invited Monique. So why even put herself in that position? Ashley is just trying to stir the pot at this point, because she is just trying to get Karen to say that she ain't invite Monique, and she trying to get Monique to feel a type of way about it. Like, what's understood doesn't have to be explained, and clearly it's understood, so they don't have to explain it. Robin and Juan are looking at new houses for their new family or whatever. And I really like the house that they were shown. I think it was beautiful. I love the open concept. Robin, she loves to talk about the tax issues like it's a little joke. And for me, I'm just like, I don't really get Robin. Everything she says and everything she does seems to be so nonchalant to me. It comes off as like lazy when it comes to Robin. And I don't know how I feel about it. The house, it was 6,500 square feet and 1.5 mil. I don't understand how they can afford that when she's on a payment plan for $90,000. Talking about if they gonna buy a house, Juan needs to propose and stop playing. Like, you want to talk about Candace and Ashley and Karen and their money issues, but you're on a whole payment plan for $90,000. I don't really see where you think you're going to get a $1.5 million house maybe after 3 seasons, but I don't really see it coming in the next year or so. I hope it does, but I don't really see it happening from those embellishment hacks. Then Robin was talking about how if they're going to buy a house, that Juan needs to propose and he needs to get off the pot and stop playing. And I really think this is cute because we all know that Juan bought the ring and he's going to do it. And I keep telling y'all that Juan is going to propose in the season finale. And so okay, Giselle is taking her girls out for a little birthday lunch, dinner, or whatever, for Grace's 15th birthday. And she tells them that their dad is going to be coming for the holidays. And child, these girls were so upset. Like, they were literally happy-go-lucky at the beginning. And then when she said that, everything just, like, shifted. Grace was like, why? And one of the twins was like, what are we gonna do? And you can tell, like, they were just like, what's going on? Because they were looking like, you can't be serious. Like, are you dead ass? And Giselle was just like, well, we're gonna do the family photo shoot, and he'll be here for a week. And bless her heart, poor Grace was just like, a week? And she's like, yeah, would y'all be cool with that? And they're just like, we have no choice. And then she asked them, would y'all like to live in Atlanta someday? And all the girls like just shut her down and was like, no, no, no. I like Maryland. I like here. I don't want to leave. None of that. And she's like, well, we're going to have somewhere nice to stay when we go there for long visits. And they're just like, yeah, I understand that, but I want to come home. Like, I don't want to. We can stay there, but we're not gonna stay there. You know You know what I mean? And then after they were showing clear signs of like being uncomfortable, she continues the conversation, and she's like, well, I'm still gonna talk to him. I'm still gonna see him. And they're just like, we don't really have a choice over that. I feel really bad for the girls because it's just like, they probably like their dad as their dad. They don't really like their dad as their mom's husband. And their mom keeps like, nobody likes Jamal in Giselle's life. So I don't understand what Giselle doesn't see that everybody else can clearly see. Like, your dad sees it, your kids see it, your friends see it. What is it about you that you just keep giving Jamal chance after chance after chance? Like, he is not worth it. Like, your kids don't like it, and I just don't want to see your kids get hurt because you want to keep this man in your life for whatever reason. I do not know. Like, it just goes back to what Karen said. Everybody can see that Jamal isn't doing what he's supposed to be doing, and yet you still just like going back to him time after time. Like, you even had to mention to us that y'all was doing the do before you had left for Portugal. So it's just like, when are you going to realize that this is not the man for you? So Karen is decking out the house with roses for Ray. She says that they're in a better place and they're moving in a better direction after the financial issues and since he apologized for everything. So she decided to surprise him because Ray mentioned how when Karen started launching her businesses, she started stepping away from their marriage a little bit. So she felt the need to show him that she's still all for it and that no matter how big she gets, she's always going to be that doting housewife. And that's really cute, and I'm glad that they're in a better place. And that's really all I can say, because just like, Ray is clearly insecure with the fact that Karen is becoming a boss and he's becoming the number two. And I just hope that he can work on himself to be able to step back and let her have the spotlight and let her be the star that she is, because Karen is clearly a star and I just want her to shine, and I want Ray to want her to shine. And so Ray pulls up with like a bouquet of roses, and it was so cute. Karen was waiting for him in the bubble bath, and she was like, follow my voice, follow my voice. And Ray was like, where are you? He was going so slow. This lady was screaming like, Ray, come up here. It was hilarious. Like, I was just like, Karen, y'all, I love Karen and Ray's relationship. They are like the cutest couple. They're like the cutest couple, and I just love that for them. Wendy is with her family at the pumpkin patch, and they get on a hayride. Apparently, Wendy could have got a scholarship to play basketball in college, but her mom was like she had to get her degrees first. And I really wish that they would have had like a better counselor or recruiter or something, because majority of the women basketball players that I know, they all have degrees, if not multiple degrees. So it's just like, it's not about going to the NBA. It's about going to college and not having to pay those student loans back. Like, Wendy tells her mom that she doesn't want to be a professor anymore, and her mom literally like laughs in her face, and I feel so bad for her. I was just like, dang, you really don't got a say in what you do. Like, her mom's like, being a professor gets you a lot of praise and stuff in the community. And I'm just like, it's not about that. It's about doing what makes you happy. Like, especially if you're going to be a teacher. If you're going to be like a teacher or a doctor or something, I feel like you should be very passionate about what you do. And if you're not passionate, you're really just doing the people a disservice, because you're really just in it for the money. Then her mom called her a spoiled brat, and it's just sad because it's like, you really can't be sitting here living lives for other people. Like, that's just not a life to live. And everybody knows that people in education are overworked and underpaid. And even if she is at Johns Hopkins, like, if she doesn't like it, then she's not going to do a good job. So it's better that she bows out now than she does when somebody starts to complain about her and she gets fired. You can tell that this is where Wendy gets her classes and the elitist attitude from, when her mom's just like, it gets you a lot of praise and a lot of clout. I was just like, that, who cares about that at the end of the day? Like, if you're not happy, you're not happy. But I'm glad that her mom really, at the end, I'm glad her mom accepted it and told her that she was proud of her, and that at the end of the day, everything that she does just makes her proud to be her mother. But I just think it's hilarious that Wendy's passion is to be on Fox News. Like, so it's time for Giselle's family photo shoot, and I think it's like crazy that Jamal's gonna be in the pictures, because she was like, they ain't been in a family photo together since like the girls were babies, and the girls were looking like, why is he going to be in our family photo if we don't like him? We don't like the idea of you being with him. So I didn't really get that. I also thought it was a little weird for her to put extensions in the twins' hair, but not Grace's. Like, I'm all for wearing weave or whatever, but I just thought it was weird how Grace didn't have to get no weave. Like, the girls could have just got some curls too. They didn't have to have like extension ponytails. And then the way it came out, it was just like they could have really just curled their hair and did the same thing they did to Grace's hair and do it to the twins. Then Cal is talking about the seating arrangement, saying that he knows Giselle is going to be sitting next to Jamal, and Giselle is like, he's not going to make it. His flight from Ghana to Atlanta was delayed, and that made him miss the flight from Atlanta to Maryland. And I'm just like, this man is waving the red flags himself. Like at this point, he is like telling you he is like no good. I don't see what she is like not seeing at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, this says a lot. And the last time they had a family photo together was like 12 years ago. So now I can understand why Grace had made that face at the table. Then she calls this man, and Buddy is getting a whole manicure at the airport, y'all. Dude getting a whole manicure at the airport talking about, God knows I tried. Y'all, you cannot make this stuff up. Like, I see all of this, though, as material for a sequel book, and it's sounding like, I don't know if it's sounding like a bestseller. It's a good thing, though, that her foundations don't match, because right here, she was like completely red in the face in the confessional when they asked her why she keep letting him off the hook, and she just keeps trying to deflect, and her chest was like super red, and that yellow face stayed the same. So I gotta give it to Every Hue. Like, Giselle, you can tell Giselle was sweating bullets, and that I don't know if that makeup came off or not, but it looked good right there. And then it was really sad because Jamal ruined the whole shoot because apparently him and Giselle were supposed to match with the gold and white, and so the whole color scheme was off. And for this man to want to be with this lady, he is not doing a very good job at impressing her kids, which are his own kids. Like, you can see the disappointment in their faces, but they also looked relieved because it was like they didn't really want him there in the first place. So Ashley arranges a sit down with her mom, Uncle Lump, and Michael. And I get that the family is upset, but then again, I'm just like, what are y'all hoping to accomplish from this? Like, y'all remember when the last time her uncle was like 38 hot or whatever? And I'm just like, okay, we get that, but what are y'all going to do about it? This is not the first time Michael has messed up. When Michael got those sexual assault charges, y'all should have had to sit down. So I don't get what took y'all so long for y'all to do it now. So the uncle just goes right into it and says, you hurt my niece. And her mom is just like, when you cheated on Ashley, you cheated on all of us. And I'm really getting Portia and Dennis vibes from Michael and Ashley right here, because I'm just like, I really had to have a sit down with the family. I really don't know what was the point of this, really, honestly, because what happened was like several weeks prior to what was going on, and Michael had apologized to her, and they were in therapy and they were working through it. Like, I don't really get it. I don't. And like, Michael was like, I apologize. Like, what do you guys want? And they're just like, we want to be on the same page. And I'm just like, what page is that? Because he already apologized and they're already in therapy. And Ashley already signed that posting up that she gonna get some money if he do it again. So I don't really see what's the point of y'all trying to do this. So Monique shows up 30 minutes before Karen's event. She was like, she had another event, but she still wanted to show up and support Karen. And that's why we love Monique. She is a friend, 100% supportive. And that's why we love Monique. She is a 100% supportive friend. Regardless if you are 100% in her corner or 50% in her corner, she's still gonna show up for you and show that she's a friend. Then she mentions how Karen lying about not inviting her had hurt, but she also said that she understood where Karen was coming from and trying to make sure that the event wasn't a buzz because somebody's ego. Monique mentions how when her and Ashley called Karen and saying that she was saying how Ashley was like, she thought that Monique was never coming, never knew anything about it, never invited. And Monique had to set her straight, like, no, she knew during the planning phase. She knew before y'all did. So this is not that and that is not this. Karen is like, it's hard being in the middle, and she just wants everybody to get along and be comfortable. And we also know, like, since it's legal, Monique is not trying to be in Candace's face like that, because we both know that Monique and Candace really not trying to be in each other's faces like that. Candace texts Karen and is like, she's on the way. And Karen starts to usher Monique out, like she's trying to rush her out, like, girl, Candace here, Candace coming, it's time for you to go. And you could tell Monique was trying to like sit back a little bit and see if that was really the case, because it was just like, why am I getting ushered out because of Candace? Like, it didn't really make sense. And I didn't really understand that either. Like, don't rush Monique just because you wanted to lie and you couldn't keep your lie together. And and it was crazy is Candace didn't even come. Like, Candace came like, I don't even know, 30 minutes, 45 minutes later, because Ashley had showed up and Robin had showed up, then Candace had showed up. And Robin shows up hating as usual, talking about how she thought that it was going to be a wig launch and not a hair salon. But I mean, this is the same lady that sells City Trends hats out of her house and takes 2 years to flip. This is coming from the lady that sells City Trends hats out of her house and takes 2 years on a flip. So I don't really think that she has any idea what she's talking about. And even though she wasn't around them, Monique was definitely the best dressed out of all these women. Like Candace, she was definitely the best dressed out of all of the women besides Karen. Candace shows up and decides to try to make a little scene, but without making a scene, saying that she realized after Portugal, Ashley is trash, but she could still be in the same room with her. Giselle proves once again that she was never Karen's friend, and says that she couldn't show up to Karen's event because of Karen's business partner, saying that he talks crap about her on social media. But from what the producers had showed, everything he said was facts. She's a hater, she's tacky, she's jealous, she's miserable. All of that is facts. So I don't understand why you can't support your friend. Like, if Karen's supposed to be your friend like you say she is, why wouldn't you go out and support regardless of what any hater would say? Your hater's supposed to be your biggest motivator, but you can obviously tell that Giselle, that jump be getting under Giselle's skin. But honestly, y'all, she probably still just bitter because Jamal didn't show up after she had sucked his dick before she left for Portugal, and she thought that he was going to come out to the family photos, and he was too busy getting a manicure, talking about that's not her business, it's Steven's. You're jealous because you have no business. Like, every hue is not in Target anymore. It's all at your house. So you might as well go and ask Robin how to set up a Wix site so you can try to sell that junk out of your house too, because it's obviously not working for you in the stores. Giselle was really hating, talking about it's Steven's business and not hers. And I'm just like, sis, at least she got her name on it. Like, unlike you, she doesn't have to keep saying Jamal's full name just so he can keep up those alimony checks. I don't know why Karen invited any of these ladies, to be honest. Like, when she shows them the video, they were all looking like they was watching a tutorial. They were in high school watching a tutorial on how to put on a condom. Then you got Ashley talking shit, saying, what does Karen know about wigs? Because saying Steven's a hairstylist, so of course he's going to know about hair and wigs. What does Karen know about it? And I'm just like, Ashley, nobody said anything to you when you were trying to sell us kangaroo hamburgers. Nobody was saying anything to you. We still waiting on that yoga stuff. Like, please don't talk unless you got something to back it up, okay? Let's really not. Like, Ashley, let's not. Robin over here listening to Giselle and hating. Like, Robin in real life cannot talk. Like, sis, please go. Robin, you cannot say nothing until you finish that payment plan. So please have a seat. Giselle, have a seat. You have no business. The book, you don't even talk about it. You couldn't even afford to have a book launch party. So let's really not go there with the launch party. Wendy is hating in her typical Fox News, I think I'm better than you style. Candace actually looked good in her blonde wig, though I will say that. Robin looks like her usual self, an idiot. And Wendy, I don't even know why Wendy came. Like, she don't like Karen. She was talking about Karen selling the wig, and then she ain't even try on none of the wigs. I'm just like, what did you even come for? In reality, we all know that she didn't want nobody to see what was under them wigs, and that's why she did what she did. Like, let's not play stupid. Honestly, I'm pretty sure she probably only came because Candace is having a little tiff with Karen, and Wendy has to come everywhere Candace has a tiff with anybody. Like, if Candace has a tiff with Karen, then Wendy's gonna be there. Candace has a tiff with Ashley, Wendy's gonna be there. Like, that's Wendy's role. So Ashley then starts to bring out a gift for Karen, and it's some antacid pills. Child, Ashley knows she be trying to sneak this real bad. She's so lame for it. Then she tries to call her out and say that she wouldn't drink with them in Portugal, but she had a couple glasses of champagne with Monique. I really think Ashley lives to antagonize Karen because Karen is the queen bee on the show, and Ashley wants to try to elevate her status in Potomac and on the show. Like, she has her good moments, but Ashley's still like, we still try to have to find like a reason to like Ashley, and I guess that's what Ashley's, I don't know. I don't really know why she be trying to antagonize her. To me, though, like, whenever Ashley tries to throw digs or read somebody, she reminds me of Tamara Mowry because she'll try to get that, like, southern drawl accent, and it's just, like, it comes off real racist, and I'm just like, can you please stop? Because it's not looking good for you. Then Karen was like, y'all were dead trying to force me to drink every chance y'all got, and that shit became very weird, and it was suspect as hell. And I don't blame Karen. Like, she has every right to not want to drink because every time they sat down, they was like, oh, so you're not drinking? Oh, so you're not drinking? No, I'm not gonna drink. Why is you trying to get me to drink real bad? Like, what is about it that warrants me wanting to have a drink? Like, we not even doing nothing work. Like, I can understand we on vacation and we drinking or whatever, but you don't got to sit down and have a drink every time. And then Robin over here talking about, why are you afraid of what you're going to say when you're drunk? And I'm so glad Karen, like, was quick for a comeback and was like, no, but I'd be afraid what Juan says when he's drunk. Child, Ray was up out of there. Ray wanted no parts of this, okay? He was just like, y'all not finna try to play me, so Y'all can go on and have that. And I'll see y'all another time. And I don't blame Ray because, child, I really do think that the franchise needs. So then Ashley proceeds to tell the ladies that Karen had invited Monique to the event and that Karen was making it seem like, and that Monique had said that Karen was trying to make it seem like Monique should come and try to make peace with the other women, and that put more fuel on the fire. Like, Robin was like, so she's really worried about her reputation amongst us, and Wendy is just like, oh no, I can't believe that. And they was just all going ham. And I was just like, y'all is doing too much. Like, Monique not even here. And then Candace was like, Karen asked me to come early, and I feel like she was trying to set me up because Monique was here early. Like, y'all know that that's a lie, because Karen was really trying to get Monique up out of there before Candace had came. Like, Candace was texting her, and Karen was like, okay, Monique, it's time for you to go. Candace on her way. So I really don't see what they was trying to say. Like, none of y'all was there, so none of y'all really know what was really going on, so y'all can really just pipe down. Like, I really don't. I'm just so over it. Like, I'm really over it. I feel like Ashley felt so iced out by the other women after she told them that she had wrote the statement in Portugal, that she felt like she had to make some other sacrifice or whatever to prove that she's loyal to them and their friendship or whatever. And that's truly where Ashley's downfall is, because she tries way too hard to try to gain trust. And that's why people see her as a snake, because it's just like, you flip-flop way too much, Ashley. Like, I can understand you wanting to rebuild a relationship, but it doesn't have to come at the expense of another relationship of yours. Like, I don't get why you felt the need to tell them what Monique was telling you. Like, that was a conversation between y'all. That had nothing to do with these ladies. And you know how they feel about Monique, so I really don't understand why you felt the need to tell them anything else about what Monique had to say. And then you had Wendy talking about, I don't know if you need any more proof, but that's not your friend. And I'm just like, Wendy, you are not Candace's friend, because if y'all were really friends, you would not have waited for, like, if you were really Candace's friend, you would have actually, like, showed real support for Candace in Portugal when Ashley had said that. You would have really, like, you would at least hugged her when she had started crying. Whenever Candace starts crying, nobody hugs her, nobody pats her on the back, nobody rubs her, nobody cares about her. But you try to say that Karen is not her friend. Wendy, you are not her friend. Y'all only had the one-on-one. So I don't understand where you're trying to prove to us that you're Candace's best friend when you're really Candace's yes man. Like, you've proved to us more that you are Candace's yes man than you have proved to us that you're Candace's friend. So I really don't understand what more do we need to see that you are not her friend. And I also think that there's just too big of a age gap between these women. I really think that there needs to be another lady on the show and another couple on the show that's around Karen and Ray's age, because there's just too much of a generation gap. Like, Robin and Giselle try to be the same age as Ashley, Candace, and Wendy, and it just goes to show, like you can want to be young, but you can also stand in your truth and be your own age. And they don't really know how to act their age. They all act like they're still in middle school, and Karen acts like she's in college, if you're really comparing the two. And it's just like, we need someone else on that college type mindset. We don't need nobody in the middle school mindset. We need somebody who's older, more mature, more experienced, just like Karen, and not people that's just like still doing stupid stuff and things like that, and trying to play like games of telephone and stuff like that. So I really hope that, like, in the next season, we don't know like who's coming back yet, but I just hope that they get someone that's Karen's age, that can be like Karen's confidant, friend, somebody, somebody that can just understand where Karen is coming from. So next week on The Housewives, it is going to be the season finale, and they're at this big event. Juan is going to propose to Robin. I told y'all Juan's going to propose. Candace is singing a song as usual. Something happened where the mic was going bad, and Candace is not a singer, but she always gets a song and a solo, so we'll get to see that again. We also get to see Candace showing us how she's also a ghetto, ratchet, hood rat, because she's over here causing multiple scenes up in the whatever event that they have going on. And I'm just like, I'm with Ashley when they was chasing her down, like, how is Monique all this stuff, but you doing this? Like, you said all this, that Monique is a ghetto hood rat, but yet you're screaming and crying in a place, in an event. You're acting bug and getting wild, and you over here trying to fight you and your husband trying to fight Ashley and her husband. Like, I don't understand how, if Monique ghetto, then what is you? Because honestly, the lines are getting blurred at this point. So we'll see what happens when the episode actually does come on. And hopefully it's not like a two-parter or nothing like that. We just get the full finale and that be the end of it. And until then, I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to like this video, comment down below what you think about the episode, what you think about the video, and what would you like to see next. Also, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more, and hit that notification bell whenever you want to get notified that I post a new video. Okay, so yeah, until then, I'm about to go work out with my friend, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.